Hello, everyone. It's Mama Ru coming at you from Brooklyn, New York. And I'm taping this video today. I'm very hesitant to do this video. I actually have not wanted to do this video um, because this is not really the type of videos that I do. And so let me just go straight into it. So I'm doing this video today for Tamar Braxton. And I know that sounds very intrusive, right? I'm doing this for her. But I've been guided to do a reading for Tamar since it came out when she had the mental breakdown earlier last year or late last year, and she tried to take her own life or sometime last year. So I've been guided to give her a reading since then. But the very human side of me was like, nah, I don't really feel comfortable tapping into somebody's energy when they're going through all of those types of things. And I don't really feel comfortable just, I just think, the real human side of me was like, nah. I mean, sometimes spirit be like, just do it. And you're just like, okay, I'm a human, so please chill. So I've been avoiding it, but recently it's come up again. It came up again, but then the series came out and I was like, nah, I don't want to do it now either. Because I don't want it to look like I'm like judging myself. And so that's why it's like I'm overthinking it and I'm overcomplicating it. At the end of the day, Tamar's guides have a message to get to her. I'm from Maryland, so maybe it's a Maryland thing, but I'm from Silver Spring. Um, but they have a message that they want to get to Tamar, and they've been asking me to do it. So we're going to see what they have to say. I'm really just going to focus on their message for Tamar. I'm not going to ask questions on my own or delve into anything regarding the rumors, the things that I've heard about her or anything. I'm not even going to pull up her chart. This is straight message from Tamar's people in Baltimore to her. So let's see, because they've been bugging me. So I know they're looking out for you. Okay. So the first energies that come up is there's a man in your life who's been maybe in and out of your life, who's maybe been a part of your life. This is definite water vibes. So they have heavy water energy. That's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but they could also have one of those moons. But this is heavy water energy. And you're coming to a point where you need to make a decision about it. And so I think that's why you're coming to a little bit of a crossroads decision. You've been thinking about it, trying to mull this over in your head. What should I do? What should I do? Um, and you feel like either way, it's really, really tough terrain. And that's part of the avoidance. So whether you go or you stay, it's really, you can already see, very psychic of you. You can already see it's going to be a little bleak. And it could be for the next 9 months, it could be for the next 9 months to the next year, depending on how you process it as well. So but it looks like, at least 9 months. Um, but it could take up to a year. And so the decision is between two men. So it's really interesting. I see two men, they're really equally yoked in the sense that they're both really strong, they're both really capable. Um, but one is more emotionally, again, this water sign that I've seen, not only have they come in and out of your life sort of like a tide, they are also emotionally manipulative. So they're the ones that weigh heaviest on your heart because that's the first card that came out. This other man is more straightforward, more clear. Um, you know, it's not necessarily that they use their intellect to get their way, this other person. And so what is being guided, and so you've been at odds with these two people, really, literally like war, um, two separate sides. And the way to deal with that is, well, you've started to do it, is to center yourself. You have to center yourself. You have to center your joy. You have to center your desires. You have to center your will. And you're learning that. Once you center your will, it becomes clearer. Once you center yourself and your happiness, it becomes clearer. Um, it becomes clearer, and it is starting to become clearer for you who these people's true nature, um, people's all the sides of people. I want to say there might be, you come from a dynamic group of women, so you make space for a lot of behavior. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you grow up in a house full of women. Women, especially with their family, will exhibit behaviors that they wouldn't normally exhibit with others. So you've seen people, their best and the worst of them, and you make space for people to be who they are. But in that process, people have been deceptive. People have been looking almost like a harmless pile of leaves, literally. Like they might look like something fun, they might look like something that you ignore, but really they have some deep hooks, and they have some deep hooks within you. And by you continuing to prioritize your happiness and you actually feeling good and you actually being content and you actually understanding what that means, um, you will see these other sides of people come out. You're moving through the heartbreak. So you've already been experiencing this. You're moving through the heartbreak. There's, you know, it's interesting because what Spirit is saying is that, first of all, your guides are guiding for you to choose the man who's straightforward, who uses their intellect to get what they want. That's who your guides want you to be with, point blank, period. Your guides are also saying that in the process, so there's no good choice in the sense that there's no easy choice. So in the process of choosing this person and choosing them and to be by your side, you are also choosing yourself. So that's the nature that this person gives you. They give you the ability to prioritize your happiness, which is what you need right now. And as you continue to prioritize your happiness, you will be able to see the wolf in sheep's clothing, the person in camouflage, the person who's sort of the people, there's more than one. There might be three, but you will be able to see them. And you might have to go back to memories that are difficult. You might have to go back and revisit times in your mind that were hard. But this second time, as you're going over them, you're going to continue to release. It's not going to be as hard as the first time. You don't have to be as avoidant to this. The first time was very hard because it's like getting thrown in a pool of cold water. Now you're used to the temperature. So come on, like you could do this. Like you've been through worse. You know what I mean? This is upheaval, but the this is not abnormal to you. Okay. So there might be some loss in money as you continue to choose this person who allows you to prioritize your happiness. There might be loss in good money. There might be loss in family money. There might be loss in, you know, certain money that you've come to depend on. There might be a loss in new projects. There might be, you might have to, I mean, I don't want to say something like you have to, you're going to have to reframe your idea of religion and sacrifice and womanhood, because reframing that idea of what religion and womanhood and sacrifice means to you will help you, is going to assist you in your journey of centering yourself. What makes, when you are happy, Tamar, you're going to be able to have thoughts and reflections come through. There might be a lot of distress that people invoke in you to keep you from um, these moments of clarity. And the moments of clarity come through when you're happy and you feel available to be vulnerable. So you're going to have to think religion as well in your life and the space that it holds. Again, you've been doing all of this. So what your guides are saying is that it's just more to come, okay? There is just more to come. Um, you know, there's some ideas that you had in your mind for things that were important milestones, maybe even important milestones with your son, maybe important milestones as a family. These are things that they should experience as they grow up. Things that you wanted, maybe things that you had and you wanted for them, or maybe things that you wanted better for them. So, Spirit's also asking for you to allow those, um, what it becomes as limitations, um, on how the baby should live, on how the baby should be, what's so healthy for them, and allow yourself to be guided. You have a lot of ancestors around you. Like, it's a lot. And they are in this really great growing phase with you. They're holding your hand, um, but they're holding your hand, but you have free will. This is a really beautiful time to create life that you want. You just have to continue to shed some ideas that just no longer fit. They cannot exist in your happiness. So you can't be in this happy place where you're vulnerable and you're able to honor your emotions and really understand where they come from and how they're, what they're reactionary to, where they, all of the details of emotion. And you need to continue to shed these understandings. And you do that in your happiness when you're vulnerable. I lost my train of thought there for a second, but continue to let these things go. Um, don't worry about the money. Don't worry about religion. Don't worry about future projects or options and sort of eliminating your ability for them by not centering yourself. The best thing you can do is center yourself. The options that you want, the opportunities that you want will come once you center yourself. Yep. You are about to step into a really great and deep place of understanding and co-working with your ancestors. Yep. You're really coming to the end of this sort of debate that you had within yourself, where you have these three dynamic energies flowing through you. You have this go-getter who really has great intentions and um, is just wanting to materialize all the things that they envision in their mind. You also have this very intuitive energy um, that adds to the confusion because your intuition might be telling you something different than your go-getter. And then you have this this ancestral energy or this other side of you. I don't think this is the ancestor energy. This is another side of you, another dynamic of you that really like it's interesting because you feel the need to it's like because you have all this intuition, because you have this faith, this spiritual journey that is opening up and blossoming for you, but you're really hesitant to talk about it. You're really hesitant to be open about it. You're really hesitant to step into it fully. Um, but the more you sort of avoid that intuitive side or you avoid that sort of that tapping, that truth that keeps rapping, tapping at your door, um, you're suppressing your truth, you're suppressing your happiness, and you're suppressing the balance that you look to find within yourselves, within these dynamic parts of your personality. You've been fighting yourself for a really long time, spinning your wheels, but that part of your journey is coming to an end. So that's what, these next, like I said, these next 9 months are about you continuing. And this is not stuff you haven't done. This is not stuff that you haven't already survived, worse, and all of these things. These are just like a continuation to shed. Because as you continue to shed these, as you continue to get into a space where you are happy, you're going to be able to see how unhappy everybody else is. And you are going to be able to create your community that supports your happiness because you're not supposed to be sitting around people trying to destroy you. The fuck? This is coronavirus. Like, no, you are your highest priority, okay? So, and don't worry about your son. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the opportunities. You know, focus on you and really understanding how you can be vulnerable and still do all the things that you want to accomplish. Okay, so there's some more, that's for the next 9 months, Then, like I said, this option, this choice that you have of which direction to go, um, you know, the emotion of the masculine, that watery masculine was it's toxic, very toxic, it's emotionally manipulative. So you need to recognize the emotional manipulation within you. And that's the reflection of the emotionally manipulative nature of the men that you deal with. But why are you emotionally manipulative? Your guides indicate that part of the reason you're emotionally manipulative is because you don't want to be truthful about your spiritual awakening. And it's not even that you don't want to be truthful to us. You don't even want to be truthful to yourself. You know that you have the ability to understand what other people are feeling, maybe before they even say so. So, but you're not owning it. So, are you using it against them? And that's part of this spiritual unfolding. Understanding how dynamic you are so that you stop having it be a burden and you start embracing it as the blessing that it is. Okay? So, anybody who knows Tamar, go ahead and, send her this video. Um, my name is Mama Rue. Sacred Places. Um, I don't know, links are in the bio. I don't even know what's in the bio. I don't know. I'm still working on it. So bear with me. If you enjoyed this reading, you'll love a personal reading by me because I get more in depth. I go into your chart, I go into the tarot, and any psychic tunings that come in also come with the reading. Okay. So I would love to speak with you. Um, yeah. So if you have any questions, you can just message me. I think my email will be in my description. Anyway, so thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy, Tamar. Girl, please. Just censor yourself. If Tamar don't want it, then it's not happening. Okay? Point blank period. If Tamar don't feel like it, then it's not happening. Okay? Point blank period. Okay? You might have grown up with a dynamic mother, was able to do everything at once, unstoppable. That's not you. You are way more fluid. You are way more intuitive. You are way more empathic than that. And so that nature of being, even though part of you can do that, can just go, 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 it hinders your balance within yourself. You not tapping into your empathic nature, tapping into your intuition hinders your ability to be honest with yourself and others. So is it better to just continue to run from yourself, or is it better to embrace it? Okay. All right. Maru.